Welcome back to PCG Media's weekly roundup with me, Rachel Reynolds. This week's stories: Microsoft announces their new CEO, Kojima Productions respond to Ground Zero length criticisms, Just Cause makers weigh in on free-to-play, we debate the merits of episodic gaming, and PCG Media gets an exclusive look at virtual reality software's most promising project to date, Loading Human. Microsoft announced their new CEO this week. Satya Nadella, who has been a Microsoft employee for 22 years, will take over from predecessor Steve Ballmer effective immediately. Nadella's previous experience is with the company's cloud interface department, which supports both Outlook and Xbox. The announcement also covered the return of Bill Gates to a more dynamic role in the company as founder and technology advisor, after spending 6 years focused solely on charity work. However, Gates has stated that his return to Microsoft will be on a part-time basis, with his and his wife's charitable foundation still taking up the majority of his time. Kojima Productions have responded to criticism of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero's length. The game has attracted some criticism over the fact that players have been able to complete the main story in less than 2 hours. Not exactly value for money. Jordan Amaro, Kojima Productions designer, commented, "Our journey and Dearest are long, yet they are masterpieces of video game and literature. Clearly the company's argument is going to be quality over quantity. However, as critics have already pointed out, the game is almost 2 to 3 times more expensive than the examples it uses to try to justify its brevity." Christopher Sundberg, the creative director of Just Cause, has commented on the hot topic of free-to-play gaming. He said in an interview, "In a free-to-play model, we shouldn't exploit every opportunity to squeeze money out of the player. While some opportunities are completely valid, others will backfire massively, and they should. Tread carefully and don't be greedy would be my advice to other developers." Sundberg continued, "I would never want to release a broken game, expecting the player to pay $60 for it and then another 15 payments to fix it. That is the ugly side of microtransactions." Just Cause was recently given a free multiplayer add-on, so Sundberg's comments are currently pretty relevant to his own game. Let's hope he follows his own advice. Is it better to release a game in chunks or as one whole? In recent years, episodic gaming has become much more frequent. Only this week, Episode 2 of The Wolf Among Us was released by Telltale Games. Telltale's other series, The Walking Dead, will soon be providing us with all new trauma, with Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2 coming out soon. Episodic gaming can allow a company to juggle multiple projects by releasing them piecemeal. However, it can also let players get too distracted. If you put down a regular game for several months, usually when you pick it up, you've half forgotten the story, the controls, and where you need to go from there. If it's a good story, that's fine, but if it wasn't gripping you that much, you may just decide not to bother at all. Of course, on the other side of the equation, fully released games can grant themselves a continuation using downloadable content. So what do you think? Would you rather get your gaming fix all at once, or spread out over a period of time? Finding out that the CEO of Untold Games is better known as an actor might cause some to raise an eyebrow, but Flavio Parenti seems to know what he's doing. The next step in virtual reality gaming didn't even require any new technology, it just required clever use of what was there already. Loading Human is a sci-fi game that incorporates existing virtual reality software to great effect. You play as 2 characters, a romantic with amnesia and his loving wife who assists in filling in the gaps in his memory. The 2 characters are plugged into a machine that allows them to share consciousness and travel through their memories. Sci-fi fans will no doubt find many elements of the story familiar, but it's what's done with the story that's truly unique. Use of the Razer Hydra controller gives players a much more hands-on feel than would be otherwise possible, allowing for a range of actions and movements within the memories. You can actually interact with moments in time instead of simply observing them. Parenti does admit the game has a long way to go before it's market ready. He hinted at the possibility of an entirely new engine being developed for the game. Untold Stories will be waiting for the consumer release of the Oculus Rift before they start thinking about putting the game on the market. At the moment, the studio is still looking for a publisher for the game. Virtual reality gameplay may be a work in progress, but Loading Human is certainly a step in the right direction. However, it's currently more one to watch than a coming soon. That's it for this week's roundup. If you need another PCG media fix, we have video interviews with Loading Humans Flavio Parenti and Subnautica producer Hugh Jeremy. We also have a preview of next car game, a review of Guise of the Wolf, and a let's play of WildStar Beta. We also have reviews of Hearthstone and Blackguard. Coming soon, we'll have an interview with Kingdom Come Studios. See you next week.